Hi, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Well, we're going to continue with what we've started to think of as a marriage series. Are we experts? No, we're not. Do we have a perfect marriage? No, we don't. Are we happy? Yes, we are. Do we feel that we've made the right decision? Yes, we do. Do we expect that this will make it easy? No, we don't. So there's a lot of do's and don'ts and yes and no's there, but what we're really looking at is the next thing of choosing a partner. And there's some really easy questions that you can ask that will help to reveal whether this person, man or woman, is for you. And they're really based on what is, I think of as folklore questions. You know, when someone has a realization and they suddenly realize something that they'd never realized before, some people would say, oh, he saw the light, she saw the light. If they say that a person is living a righteous life, they say, he walks in the light, she lives in the light. Let's shed some light on this subject. All right? I used to say that when I saw someone who was feeling very unhappy, that I could see that he was surrounded by a black cloud. Do you ever remember? It might be a little bit sketchy on the names here, but do you remember the Peanuts cartoon? The Peanuts cartoon used to have a little boy who they called Pigpen, and when he walked around, because obviously he was dirty, he had whirling around him, he had a cloud of dust, a cloud of black, a black cloud. And I used to think of that when I looked at people and I would see that they were surrounded. It's not that I'm particularly a huge clever psychic, but I can see, as most of us can but deny, when someone is walking in a black cloud. So, here's a good question for you. When you actually spend time with someone, do you feel enlightened, or do you feel that the world has become a darker place? Because if you feel that the world has become lighter, if you feel more hopeful, if you feel more inspired, then this person that you've just spent time with is someone that you should cultivate as a friend, a lover, a wife. If you feel in despair, if you feel like giving up, if you feel that the world has become a darker place because of what you've learned from whoever you just spent time with, this is not someone who you will gain from in terms of spiritual development. Now for me, it seems, I know, to talk about spiritual development as if it's, you know, well, what is he, a monk or a priest? Spiritual development is not about religion. It's not about being good and being bad. Spiritual development is something that we should all be looking at trying to achieve, because spiritual development deals with awareness of self and one's actions. It deals with many things. And my wife is falling asleep while she's doing the video.
I'm not.
Yes, you are, because I can see that the camera is going down.
It's not. Just continue.
What?
Just continue. I just relax. I just close my eyes.
You just close your eyes.
Yeah, come on. Finish the video. Or I'm gonna say please like, comment, and subscribe. That's spicy on our video. Come on.
So much for my perfect relationship. Can you stay awake when I'm talking? Some of you may have also experienced this, that when you are married to someone and you've already done the deed, they might say things like, can you talk to me, honey, because I want to go to sleep. No, this is not a good thing, okay? But done in moderation, it's okay. So, on with the video. Can you stay awake? I want to see those eyes open. I can remember, I'm showing my age now, but I can remember a Laurel and Hardy movie where Stan Laurel, who was the thin one, actually closed his eyes like this, and he painted an open eye on his eyelid. So then, when he closed his eyes, it looked like his eyes were open. I think you're going to be doing that. So, as an aside, try to find someone who stays awake when you talk to them.
Come on, I just closed my eyes.
You just close your eyes.
Yeah.
Well, just don't close your eyes, okay? So you need to be able to ask yourself for these what I call indicators, and an indicator would be someone who is always late for your dates. Are they always late? Well, apart from the fact of Filipino time, which is a whole other video, let's assume that a person who cares for you would be on time, even a little bit early. Now, if they're not and they keep you waiting for an hour and a half, there's a very, very slight indicator here that they don't really give a crap whether you're waiting or not. So, try to find someone who keeps their agreements. Now, this is a very important thing. It should almost be a separate video, that someone should be able to make and keep an agreement. And if they can't, then maybe that's an indicator that you should not be there. But then maybe you don't keep your agreements, so that's something that you should be attending. Keeping agreements, telling the truth is a must, and we've already dealt with that. Learning to tell whether that other person is telling you the truth. And how do you find that? Well, if you find that someone lies about inconsequential things, then you should be paying more attention to the more important things, which they also might lie about. And obviously you want someone for a partner who will be truthful with you. Truthful, honest, and loyal is what I always say. So, as we've said, these are hugely important subjects, and they're not a 5-minute video. We try to keep them reasonably short so that people with, say, a 10 or 15-minute attention span will not be cutting off and missing points which we've made when we've summed up at the end. So, you really need to be paying attention. Watch for indicators, and there are good indicators, indicators of good behavior, and there are indicators of bad behavior. And while you may not be perfect yourself, you're looking at trying to find someone who at least seeks to attain some spiritual development. And it is very important, and it's not a religious thing. It's not a thing where you have to be religiously Roman Catholic or religiously born-again Christian or Methodist or whatever these different designations are. It's about learning to be a better person.
Yeah, and I think in a relationship is you give your love but keep something for yourself.
You give your love but you keep something for yourself. Can you explain that?
Yeah, and open trust but open your eyes.
So you trust but you don't quite trust. Is that what?
No, just you give your trust but keep your eyes open.
Yes, perhaps. Yes. Yes, dear. Maybe you should close your eyes again.
Yeah.
I think so. What you're saying really is that you should still be paying attention, because trust is not always an ongoing thing. It has to be constantly earned every day. That doesn't mean that you suspect someone, you treat them as guilty and proved innocent.
That's what I'm going to say. Okay, correct. the way you read my mind.
Not that that your husband or wife is guilty until proven innocent. Were you saying that?
Yeah, you read my mind also.
But were you? Now this is interesting because this is one of the difficulties if you're in if you're in a culturally different marriage, especially with a Filipina. Finding the yes in the no and the no in the yes is really a skill that you're going to have to develop. Now, I think it sounds like Beth is saying, yes, guilty until proved innocent. Is that what you're saying? Huh?
No, no.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
See, so no can be yes and yes can be no. And very often that can lead to misunderstandings. And if you're a foreigner in a relationship with a beautiful Filipina, like I am, who falls asleep when you're talking to her, then you're going to have to learn this skill that when they say yes, it doesn't mean always yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. See what I mean? Okay.
So please, yeah.
Are we at too long a situation? Should we be
yeah,
finishing
yeah.
off now?
Yeah, so please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Good morning. It's
Bye for now.
The generator is off. Bye-bye. God bless.
Bye.
Thank you so much. I'm not asleep. I just relax my eyes.
You were asleep.